everyone, welcome back to my assignment channel. My name is Desak Nyoman Ratna Sari, and today's videos is about my presentation about Indonesian law death penalty. Let's get started. So, what is death penalty? Capital punishment, also called death penalty, execution of an offender sentenced to death after conviction by a court of law of a criminal offense. Capital punishment should be distinguished from extrajudicial executions carried out without due process of law. The term death penalty is sometimes used interchangeably with capital punishment, though imposition of the penalty is not always followed by execution because of the possibility of commutation to life imprisonment. Death was formerly the penalty for a large number of offenses in England during the 17th and 18th centuries, but it was never applied as widely as the law provided. As in other countries, many offenders who committed capital crimes escaped the death penalty either because juries or courts wouldn't convict them or because they were pardoned. Death penalty in Indonesia. Indonesia, which adopts the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, justifies the death penalty for serious crimes. President Jokowi ordered the execution of convicted drug dealers, mostly foreign nationals. Data from Reprieve shows 146 people were sentenced to death in 2017 until 2019, with 63 in 2019 alone. The government has drafted a revision of the correctional law, which would allow a death row prisoners sentenced to be commuted to live imprisonment after 10 years in jail, but its legislation process was halted last year following mass protests. As part of the revision, the new law will make it easier for graft convicts to receive a reduced jail term and be released on parole. So let's talk about the pros and cons. Each side has a view of reason and rationality of their own that cannot be ignored. Thus, the issue of the death penalty in Indonesia must be separated from the two poles of a different opinion. The use of the death penalty should be oriented to form and as a result of the crime, with closer inform and effect of any crime. The use of the death penalty to be freed from the view of the pros and cons. That is, whether the death penalty is removed or retained is determined by the classification of the crime itself. And finally, whether the crimes committed by someone actually violate the human rights of others, for examples, or crimes committed in fact negate the rights of a persons and communities to live. There are reasons for the government to listen to the aspiration of groups who are against the death penalty. Execution is the ultimate and irrevocable punishment, while mistakes, including in Indonesia, often happen. There is a great risk for killing an innocent person, which perhaps was one of the reasons Jokowi decided on a moratorium. Capital punishment has so far been ineffective in deterring drug trafficking, as the government has claimed. Oftentimes, law enforcers discover the crimes were orchestrated inside prisons. So, my opinion, as I explained in the previous slide, the death penalty is great for reducing crime rates and also provides a threat to people wanting to commit crimes. However, to use this law, the government and the police must be more careful in investigating. Fear it will encourage an innocent person to be punished for something he or she never did, because the death penalty is both very relieving and terrifying. So I think that's enough for today's video. I hope you guys learned something from my video. Thank you for watching and listening. Bye bye.